there is hidden utility there. I think well, it's not obvious at first glance. Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, it's time to review Sersi here. I did do a testing stream very recently, and I went into it with not high expectations, thinking there just wasn't a lot of utility. I saw the chance for damage. Speaking of damage, here it is right here. And you're going to see these combos really start to add up here. I think it's important to look at the damage from her light and medium attacks with these nice fury buffs up. But like I was saying, I was not expecting there to be much utility. I saw the glancing. I thought that might be annoying as a defender. But, you know, it was a buff, so we'll be able to nullify it. And so, but I wanted to do the testing. We did that on stream. That is the fight you're looking at. But then, commenter viewer Josh pointed out some potential uses, and we went and we tested it. And I am absolutely blown away and very much intrigued and excited about this champion. I went and redid the fight off of stream. We're going to look at that at the end here. It's going to be a fight against a can't stop, won't stop Sentinel. Where we will look at that utility and I think its practical uses in this game. I'm very excited to see where that develops. Now, you've seen some of the damage she can do. I want to show you this damage here. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, and we're going to very quickly look at what I think is some extremely impressive healing, and that's not even the big utility that I'm referring to or kind of teasing here for the end of this fight. Or the end of this video. So let's go ahead and finish off this Winter Soldier. I think these are respectable numbers. There are some rotations you can use. I think a lot with the SP1 where you're refreshing these heavies. But there you go. That's something I do like about her too, is the ability to throw your specials from distance and get them to be unblockable and pause these heavies. But we'll get more into that as we go. So here we go. We're going to be looking at the healing. Now watch this. This is going to be the big heal off the SP2. Watch how I'm going to pull back. I'm showing some of the healing with there. So you push back so it's unblockable. You don't want to go too far because you want to make sure that first hit lands. You saw that big healing there off of the SP2. And then look at that. That was 60,000 damage off of the same SP2 that healed us all the way up to full. And then these are some of the heals you can get when you have the glancing buff up and you have enough transmutations up. And those transmutations are not difficult to get going in the fight. I was very, very impressed by that. That was a lot of healing off of the SP2. There is a little bit of a move backwards that you need to do. DLL was on stream. He kind of called it similar to Tigra. I think that made a lot of sense. So if you've played Tigra, that will kind of resonate with you. But additionally, that was respectable damage coming off of that SP2 from creating it from distance, getting all 3 hits to land. That was important. So there's a little bit of a trick there, but you can get that and you're going to get I thought that was a lot of healing. I thought that was a lot of healing considering there was also a special that did 60,000 damage here. So here we go. Now, can't stop, won't stop. That's not the important part of here. I've brought in the synergy with Spider-Ham, which has like a 60% chance to have her go unstoppable whenever the glancing buff ends. The important part here is Bubble Shield, and this is what Josh was pointing out. Glancing has a minus 100% ability accuracy or offensive ability accuracy for the defender, the attacker, whoever she's going up against when they hit into her glancing. Now, I hate Bubble Shield. I cannot stand it. It's just one more thing I have to pay attention to. Parrying is part of just how I play the game, or even reparrying. So having that not trigger is a really big deal. Now, this fight is going to take some time, but that was intentional. It was intentionally picked. Because one, you're going to have to, I wanted to really stress test this. Watch once we get her glancing buff up. Watch, it's going to come up here in just a second. It'll come up on a blocked hit. There we go. So it's now been triggered. Watch every time I block a hit, and you'll see how glancing does not. There it goes. It doesn't. And I could reparry, I could parry, I could miss a parry and block it. Did not matter. It does not matter because he has that reduced offensive ability accuracy. This was cool, and we started theorizing some other things that can happen. I mean, there's even a node, I think in this month's EQ, but it's in there. It's recent, where Black Panther, if he strikes into your block, it's triggering bleeds. Like, this is happening more and more in this game. I don't know if it's going to continue to happen more and more, but just having Bubble Shield is enough for me. Look at this. We only have 5 charges in Bubble Shield. Now, if I was completely concerned with only that, I could just back off. But because this is can't stop, won't stop, and that unstoppable is only triggering 60% of the time for Sersi, I also now need to take advantage of it because I did want to actually get this fight down. Look at this. He being Sentinel only has 38 charges at the moment. We've got him down about 50% of the way on a node that she really almost has no business taking. We're taking in a synergy with Spider-Ham that's only triggering 60% of the time. I think that's impressive. And what I'm trying to showcase with that is that I think you can use this utility here with Bubble Shield or using the glancing, I think more specifically or in general here. You're still going to be able to do respectable damage. Now, this fight will continue to go a little bit slower as his analysis charges build up, which will mitigate a lot of the offensive things I can do or my damage dealing capabilities. But I want you to pay attention to a couple more things. Continue to keep an eye on how infrequently the bubble shield charges build, because again, we have glancing up. But then also, as this fight goes on and I become aware of just how little my damage is doing, you saw it right there. I threw the SP1. I like this about her. I threw the SP1 from distance. Her specials have different outcomes based on the distance in which you throw them. So if you throw them from far away, they have one outcome. And if you throw them from up close, they have two. I originally read that as just being like a really cool thing for a defensive or offensive use, right? If you're an attacker, you're typically throwing them up close. If you're a defender, maybe they're thrown from distance because you're baiting the specials. But then as we went through this, I realized, no. That is a really cool way to refresh your Furies. Now I'm going to mess it up here, but you see I had 15 Furies up there. Now I have 11. If I could get enough power going, I can back up, throw this special one. I believe I'm going to do it. So there we had glancing there on that special one. He's at full analysis. There should have been something triggered. I'm from distance. I'm throwing my SP1. It's unblockable. There's a really nice stun off of it, and it refreshes my Furies. 11 Furies is plenty. You see, we're doing it again, and you can keep this going. I like this champion. I like this champion a lot. I'm not saying I think this is Hercules. I don't think it's Corvus. I don't think it's Kitty Pryde, okay? I don't think she's the next one that's going to end up in my 12.0 switch tier. But I think this is a very high quality champion. I think you're throwing your variety of your specials, your SP1, your SP2. Didn't even throw the SP3. I could have actually probably used that in this fight. Maybe got the fight down a little bit more quickly. You're using a variety of your specials, and there is hidden utility there. I think it's not obvious at first glance. Utility there that I think can be used in a variety of ways. And the longer she's in the game, the more we're going to find uses for it. I'm not going to go crazy for her. You're not going to see me try to do the arena. If I tried the arena and I didn't get a champion, I'm not sure how well I would react. And I don't think I'm going to be, popping a ton of calves for her. But when she comes around in the featured crystal, I will be very excited if I can pull her. And she is someone who I would very much consider taking to rank 3. I think we have a reasonably good defender here. You can nullify those buffs that she gets, the glancing and things. But I think this is a champion that you actually can utilize offensively to do respectable to very good damage and have plenty of utility to help you handle nodes like Bubble Shield, which absolutely frustrates the heck out of me, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if this kind of opened your eyes on Sersi, if you were already aware of it, or if you're like, dude, that's really not that sweet. I don't think she's that good. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.